Hello and welcome. My name is Andy Crick, and I'm your host for this training topic, all about the 3Ds of building systems. My mission is to help garage owners become more successful in business. How do I do that? I deliver a training topic most weeks on one of the 5 pillars of business as I see it. This week, we're in the systems pillar, and we're looking at the 3Ds of building systems. This is a simple yet powerful framework for creating systems that stick. Document, demonstrate, duplicate. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, here he goes again, let me tell you this. Systems are vital if you want to navigate away from a business that depends on you for everything. Sounds obvious. Yet, too many small businesses do not build systems. Running a garage without systems is like trying to drive down the M4 with no sat-nav, no road signs, and no idea where the service stations are. You might eventually get to your destination, but you'll waste time, burn fuel, probably annoy everyone along the way. This practical framework works for garages just like yours. And we're going to take a look at it through the lens of what I call the Atomic Success MBA. More, better, before, additional. Do more of what's already working, do it better through systemization, and do it before you start chasing the next shiny thing. Sound good? Let's get stuck right here. Now, think about every time a customer rings up to book a service. Does your front of house team handle it the same way every time? If you don't have a front of house team, does it depend on who picks up the phone? Do all the service advisors do the same thing, or does it depend on which service advisor picks up? And if it's whoever picks up the phone that deals with the booking, does it depend on who picks up that phone? Does somebody might check the MOT date and upsell the MOT and service bundle? Or does another just say, yeah, bring it in Tuesday without even capturing the registration plate properly? Or will somebody else check the vehicle history, order the parts for the relevant service, and advise the customer of timing belt and brake fluid changes? Now, if it depends on who answers the phone, that inconsistency is going to cost you sales. It's going to cost you trust, and it's going to cost you a whole lot of time. And systems solve that. Systems mean that every customer gets the same professional experience, no matter who answers the phone or who's on the front desk. And that's where document, demonstrate, and duplicate comes in. Because the first step is to document. Traditionally, that meant typing up checklists, lists, and manuals. But let's be honest, who's got time to write War and Peace after a 10-hour day in the workshop? But use a smarter way. You can record it. If you want, use your phone. Film yourself doing the job or record a customer phone call. A 2-minute clip beats a 10-page manual. Or you can dictate it. So as you're walking around the workshop, you can speak the steps into your phone. Voice notes are faster than typing, and you can use AI tools to clean it up later. And then get them to transcribe it and upload that recording using a tool such as Otter AI, Descript, or even Word's own built-in transcribe. Suddenly, without that much effort, you've got a written checklist without even lifting a pen. And this gives something your staff can follow straight away. Remember, documenting something doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be clear. So that first step, documenting, the thing that puts us off doing it, doesn't have to be difficult. We just need to be smarter in how we document it. And my favorite is simply either recording someone speaking or filming someone doing the task, and then get AI tools to help you document it. So the next stage, demonstrate. You can't just hand over that checklist and then hope for the best, because people learn best when they see it in action. But instead of showing every new start of the ropes one by one, use the technology to clone yourself. So your screen recordings, if you're showing how to use the booking system, record your screen with your voice talking through each step. Build up video libraries, a private YouTube playlist or a Dropbox folder, or even in a WhatsApp group with your demonstration videos. Therefore, new starters can watch on repeat without you having to repeat yourself. Or if someone's unsure of how to do something, they can just check the video library. Add automatic captions and highlights. Many AI tools will now add captions for you. Circle clicks or even break into videos into chapters making it easier for your team to follow along. This turns your one-time demonstration into an evergreen training library. Staff can pause, rewind, and revisit until they've nailed it. This is the best bit about Demonstrate, is because you can document it while you demonstrate it. Brilliant for saving time when it comes to building systems. And finally, duplicate. And this is where your team takes the wheel. Let them run the service booking call while you listen in. Let them carry out the vehicle health check while you watch. The difference now is they've already got a video they can watch, a checklist they can reference, and a demonstration they can model. Their confidence will build faster, and you don't have to reteach the same thing again and again. And here's the kicker. You can ask them to suggest improvements. This encourages staff to take ownership of the system. Finally, you get them to do the 3Ds. Why not ask a tech to record the task, such as a vehicle health check document, and ask them to demonstrate to other techs who can duplicate that best practice? As a training session goes, it doesn't get much better, and you're building systems at the same time. Once you get more confident at building these systems using the document, demonstrate, and duplicate process, the ultimate duplication comes from getting your staff to do it. And then even better, getting your staff to critique each other doing it, so that you end up with a refined best practice. And then you can all get together and review it yourself. So you've got the ability now with technology to build systems and document systems within your business very, very quickly without too much effort. There's really no excuse using the document, demonstrate, duplicate system. But let's connect this back to the Atomic Success MBA. The more, better before additional. So by documenting with video and AI, you're doing more of what already works, more often, more consistently. By demonstrating with digital tools, you're doing it better. Smoother training, clearer systems, fewer mistakes. And by duplicating until your team can run with it, you're handling this before you're doing anything additional. So before you go chasing EV charging bays or ADAS calibration, make sure the basics, like service booking, are nailed down tight. Because here's the truth. Most garages don't need shiny new services. What I call the lady in the red dress. If you've seen the film The Matrix, you know what I'm on about. But basically, what we're talking about here is distractions. You need to do more of what you already do, and then you need to do it better. And building systems is one way of doing it better. The problem we have is we like doing what we're already doing. We don't like doing what we don't know how to do. And building systems, if you're a small business, and even if you're a micro business, is probably not something you're used to doing. You probably can't see the point. But let's make this real with a real example. Picture a customer calls, "Hi, I need my car serviced." Without a system, you might say, "Sure, bring it in Friday." And you're thinking, well, that's an easy £200 in the till. But with document, demonstrate, and duplicate, that same conversation goes differently. Documented script with checklist suggests that the customer, when it calls in, whoever answers that call, if they've got the checklist to hand, they'll say, "Thanks for calling. Can you confirm your reg?" And then they'll check, because it'll say on the checklist, when's the MOT due? Oh, it looks like your MOT is due next month. Would you like to book the MOT and service together? Or they might check the service history because it asks them to do it. Last time you had the 36-month service. Do you know your current mileage? When they find out the mileage, they might be able to upsell a brake fluid save because they'll be asked, what is the service intervals required for that vehicle? Now, you might not do all of this on the same conversation. You might gather the data about the mileage and then get back to the customer. Or when the customer arrives, you've got all this information. Depends on your system. When that customer arrives, it says, "Oh, you booked in for this, but you are due a brake fluid change. Would you like to take care of us to take care of that while it's here?" The demonstrated call. So what you will do is you'll get the staff to watch you handle that upsell on video, so they know how to say it confidently. And you can turn whatever training you do, internal training you do, into video sessions where people watch the video and then they can duplicate what they see in action. They repeat it, what they see on the call, and they upsell brake fluid changes, and they can confirm the courtesy car availability. Whatever it is they do, they're now doing it with far more confidence because they've seen you do it. They know what works. They know what they should be doing in the way of a checklist, and then they can do it themselves. So that same call now is possibly a £350 service with a happier customer because they don't have to keep coming back for their MOT, and then they don't have to come back again for their brake fluid to be changed. So you have a happier customer and a more professional garage experience. And that's basically what systems can do for your business. You do more, you do it better, and you do it all before you need to do anything additional. The Atomic Success MBA. Remember that systems are the bridge between the person and the process. When you're thinking about building systems, what you may think is that it always has to be complicated. And with the document, demonstrate, duplicate process, you remove that complication by simply get a member of staff to demonstrate whatever it is the system process while you video it, which turns it into a document using AI tools. And then you can share that in a training to duplicate and get everybody else to be able to do it themselves. So it doesn't have to be complicated. Building systems doesn't have to be difficult, onerous, or tedious. With the 3Ds, you document with your phone, voice notes, and AI. Demonstrate once digitally and let the video do the repeating. And duplicate until your team can do it blindfolded. And remember, do more, do it better before you do anything additional. Always nail the basics before chasing the next big thing. And here's the kicker. Without systems, you can't scale because it's what systems do. They allow you to be more than just yourself. If you want to grow your garage without working more hours or burning yourself out, you need systems. Systems are essential for you to scale. Having more staff doesn't necessarily make your job easier. Having trained staff who follow systems does. And the easiest place to start is with document, demonstrate, and duplicate. Powered by video, voice, and a little bit of AI. Makes it so much easier. So, if you found this useful, please share it with another garage owner who's still running around on chaos instead of systems. And remember, what's probably stopping you is started, and if you should, you must. See you next time. Take care.